What's the difference between a 1-view edit and an edit that hits 1 million views? Well, as an editor myself with over 5 million views, with some of those videos creeping towards that 1 million mark, I know what it takes to catapult a video from nothing into the top 0.3% on YouTube. But to teach you exactly how, we first of all got to take a trip down memory lane. A time where Minecraft Let's Plays still dominated the gaming niche. PewDiePie was still #1, and my old channel that I started in college was uploading 1-view YouTube videos. Well, not quite 1 view. My content did get a few views, but let me just show you.
The absolute madman.
As you can see, my content was interesting. But I'm not showing off my old videos for nothing. You see, I'm trying to teach you a valuable lesson. As a professional editor now, if I went back to give these videos a makeover and try and make them million-view edits, it wouldn't change anything. And that's because a million-view edit isn't actually what gets you 1 million views on YouTube. I can't believe I'm saying this as an editor myself. But editing is actually less important than you think. Now, don't get me wrong, editing really does give branding and personality to a video and can dramatically enhance a video's potential for views. But here's the secret. A million-view idea is what gets you 1 million views. A million-view edit combined with a bad idea will never take off. Yet, a million-view idea with an average to even below average edit can go really far. But of course, now I'm going to show you something more exciting than both of those things. And that is a million-view edit with a million-view idea. You see this timeline here? This timeline withholds the secrets of a video that has hit 800,000 views and will eventually hit that 1 million view count over the next few months. There are aspects of your editing that can either enhance or completely destroy a 1 million view idea. So here's what you need to do as an editor to make sure that you're creating an edit that grows a channel rather than editing a video that is completely killing the potential of a good idea. And the first thing you have to know inside out when it comes to editing is the audience of the video that you're working on. An older audience expecting a slower paced video is going to hate watching brain rot. And a younger audience expecting a faster paced video is going to fall asleep if you edit a boomer style intro. But pay attention now, because I actually want you to use your brain. If you have one. I want you to think about the thoughts you have when you see a YouTube video you'd like to watch, and then what happens when you click on it. What happens before you even watch the first second? Well, the title and thumbnail are what set your expectations for the video, and if the visuals of the video don't immediately match those expectations, you're gone in a few seconds flat. It's why an edit is most important in those first 30 seconds. It's where most viewers disappear to never be seen again. But how do you even go about matching the expectations of a title and a thumbnail? What does that exactly mean? Well, obviously you want to take a look at the title and thumbnail first, which is why it's so important to have a thumbnail before you upload a video and before you edit a video. And then you want to ask yourself a series of questions. If I saw this video and knew nothing about this creator, what kind of expectations does this thumbnail title set? What's the aesthetic of the thumbnail? Does it set expectations for a talking head or a faceless video? Cinematic? Anime themed? Serious? Goofy? All of these questions are incredibly important because the visuals, text, sound, and pacing all need to be in line with that video packaging. Okay, so let's say you're editing a video on exercising like an anime character. The thumbnail has an anime character in it, something related to exercise or a workout, and the viewer clicking is obviously hooked through the aesthetic of the character or the show being referenced. So the audience expectations look something like this. I'm gonna see strong anime characters. This video will teach me how to become strong like them, look like them, and work out like them. I like the character on the thumbnail in particular, and I want to look like him. This looks like a cool video that will hype me up just like watching anime. So with all of those expectations, if the first second of the video is your goofy face, or someone a little bit calm like me sitting at a table in a setup like this, not showing off any guns, we're talking no hype, no anime fighting, no explosions, and like nothing related to like working out or anime. What do you expect the viewer's gonna do? Bye-bye. But hold on a sec. What happens if you click on the video and you're met with this? 90 days is all it takes to go from a boring side character to the anime physique of your dreams. And in today's video, I'm going to give you the ultimate workout plan so you can go from looking like a side character to becoming the best version of yourself and build the body you deserve. Did you like my intro voice? Now, obviously that's just like a short example, improvised off the top of my head, but you feel the energy and the visual difference, right? So understanding the audience and then kind of affirming those viewer expectations is like the first step. Funnily enough, the next step is so obvious, but you'd be surprised how many editors just don't do this. To create million view edits well, you need to study million view edits. But here's the thing. I used to have this problem where I'd like watch stuff, then get inspired by an edit or something in an edit, and then by the time I get around to editing another project, I'd completely forgotten what video had inspired me and what that effect or thing that I saw even was in the first place. So basically, I'd just fall back into my normal editing habits, not improve any of my skills, and just everything would just be like flatline all the time. The solution to this? Well, let me show you. Drum roll, please. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is one of my many Notion editing galleries. And to create something like this, you're gonna need some form of like capturing tool that can create GIFs. Personally, I use a program called CleanShot as I am on Mac. I absolutely love it. But what you want to do is actually capture the editing details that go into videos, hitting those hundreds of thousands of views and into the millions. I capture movement, animation, transitions, pacing, and more to inspire my edits. Now I'm feeling generous today, so I've actually created a few of these galleries for you guys. So if you're interested, you can click the link in the description and I'll get that sent to your inbox. But let's move on. When editing, you can pull up Notion galleries on a second screen and have that for inspiration or reminders while you edit, but there is a way better way to do this. Once you've built up a decent enough gallery for an editing aesthetic, you want to create a new project and create all of those different scenes, animations, compositions, and whatever else you can as an editing template for that aesthetic or client. Then from that, you can save all the presets that you can, and anything that can't be saved as a preset is simply copied and pasted over into your projects when you're editing. This saves you a crap ton of time when you are editing. Just make sure to separate out different editing styles or aesthetics across different projects so things don't get too messy. Alright, to summarize very quickly. First, you need a million view idea. Then you've got to understand the editing style the audience wants. Next up, you've got to confirm viewer expectations set by the thumbnail and title, especially in the intro. Then for the rest of the video, use editing techniques you've learned studying million view edits. But I did promise a breakdown of my million view editing timeline, did I not? What secrets hide behind the many cuts in the timeline of Tomo Vision? So this is a timeline from one of Kevin Jiang's videos that I've edited in the past. So he does like cool anime inspired workout videos that are genuinely like so fun to edit for. So his audience is a majority younger audience, which is why you can see a ton of layers when it comes to transitions, animations, overlays, and graphics. And we're talking like characters with like floating movements, moving backgrounds, plus overlays. As for how heavy the editing is, you can see that the first half of the timeline is more packed than the second half. This is to try and keep viewers entertained for as long as possible for that first half of the video, because as I've explained, viewers leave early on, so you've got to throw everything at them to like keep them entertained. Now for the intro, this little bit here, this bunch of cuts, they're actually subtitles that perfectly match the expectations set by the thumbnail and title. You could actually watch this intro muted and still understand exactly what the video is about. And that's actually more important than you think, because a massive chunk of people actually hover over videos or start watching on autoplay on mobile. The intro of your video should be watchable without any sound. And speaking of sound, sound is honestly a secret weapon I feel a lot of editors don't pay enough attention to. This timeline is a little bit messy when it comes to sound, because as I'm copying across from like other timelines, it just ends up putting all of these different sound effects alongside the transitions and stuff on like different tracks. But hype-wise, I've got this like high energy upbeat track that slips into like this more badass track and then slips into more calming beats for the more educational content and demos. The contrast in pace is good for retention, and it's also kind of cut with pauses when it comes to like more humorous bits. And the pace also changes again if like a promo or a sponsor comes in. So you can see this timeline is basically just everything I've taught in this video put into practice. But something you certainly don't want as an editor is for your edits to look cheap. So if you want to learn how to create a more expensive aesthetic, well, you want to watch this video here.